today's video, the only breakfast that can lower creatinine by 16.8% or more. Gathering here, I've been working with people suffering from kidney disease for more than 10 years now. Okay, now imagine this for a moment. You wake up in the morning and you feel energized, refreshed, and ready to face the day. You are not worried about your kidney function, your blood pressure, or your blood sugar levels because you know that you are doing everything you can do to reverse your CKD and improve your quality of life. So, how do we make this a reality? Well, there is no doubt that everyone needs the right diet if they plan to reverse CKD. And now, thanks to science, we also know that breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. According to a very large study, skipping breakfast is associated with more renal problems incidence. This is why today we are going to make sure all the foods we eat at breakfast are perfectly suitable for our diet. Starting with a breakfast staple that has more benefits for the kidneys than people realize. Number 5, eggs, but just the white. Everyone loves eggs for breakfast, but if you have kidney disease, you only want to eat the white. But don't worry, you can still make it taste great. You can still make an omelette or scrambled eggs, but always discard the yolk. The reason why you don't want the yolk is not the cholesterol nor the fats it contains, it's the phosphorus. Egg whites are very low in phosphorus, and this is way more important than most people realize. You see, in a recent study, 120 CKD stage 3 and 4 patients were able to reverse the decline of their GFR, and just thanks to a diet with just the right amount of protein. Yes, they fine-tuned their protein intake, and not just the quantity, the quality of the protein too, and their GFR started to improve. In particular, researchers here focus on finding protein with high biological value and low phosphorus content. And one food beats everything else when it comes to protein to phosphorus ratio: egg whites. Yes, that's the exact reason why egg whites are great for a renal diet when all the other animal-based foods are banned. Keep in mind that egg whites are very rich in protein, so you will need to be very moderate here. As usual, consult your doctor if you want to add them to your diet. By the way, this one I just mentioned is a very significant study, and not just because it was published on a very prestigious peer-reviewed paper. Not just because all the test subjects got an improvement on average. I mean, that's amazing, but there is more to it. This study will have great repercussions on how the renal diet is going to be structured in the future. So if you want to know more, I've made a full video about it. It's up here and also down in the description. Up next, another breakfast staple with little known kidney detoxing properties. Number 4 is black coffee. Eggs, coffee. Looks like the perfect kidney-friendly breakfast is easier to prepare than what most people think. So now you may ask, is coffee safe in a renal diet? There is a controversy about coffee and kidney health that's still ongoing today. Some studies say that it may raise blood pressure and that it may make you lose sleep. And both these issues are dangerous for the kidneys. Other studies say that black unsweetened coffee is really good for the kidneys, especially for people with diabetes. Coffee is rich in nitric oxide, which is known to help relax blood vessels. Coffee is also very rich in antioxidants, more than green tea. And research suggests that we get way more antioxidants from drinks, such as coffee and tea, than from foods, by the way. There is even some research on people with CKD linking a hike in daily caffeine intake to lower odds of an early death or renal failure. So who is right and why is this controversy still standing? Well, recent research may have the answer. What they found out is that a gene variant present in half the population defines how our bodies react to coffee. Some people metabolize caffeine at a slower rate, meaning that there is still too much caffeine in their body when they go to sleep. It will also raise their blood pressure, and this would in turn damage the kidneys. So I won't recommend you to drink coffee if you're not used to it. And also think about completely avoiding coffee starting from the afternoon. But what about drinking 1 cup of black unsweetened coffee for breakfast? Well, that seems to be the sweet spot to get the benefits of coffee without any of the cons. Another food that you cannot miss in your breakfast. Number 3. Barley flakes. If barley flakes remind you of rolled oats, it's because they're created the same way by steaming kernels, rolling them, and drying them. And they taste just as good as rolled oats, in my opinion, making them the perfect breakfast food. But barley is somehow healthier for your kidneys than oats. It's a low glycemic grain, great for people with diabetes, but it is also very high in magnesium, great to lower blood pressure. Also, it's one of the best whole grains for kidney patients because it has a lower phosphorus content compared to any other whole grain. And as we have seen, decreasing phosphorus intake seems to be key to improve kidney function. Now, while it's true that the phosphorus from plant foods is not well absorbed, it's also true that whole grains are one of the plant-based foods that are richest in phosphorus. So if you want to get a kidney health boost first thing in the morning, put barley flakes on top of your grocery list. So if you want to get a kidney health boost first thing in the morning, put barley flakes on top of your grocery list. Also because half cup or about 60 grams serving of barley flakes packs a whopping 8 grams of dietary fiber, almost twice what you will get from an apple, which is a lot. It can really give you significant health benefits. Also because this is soluble fiber, the healthiest fiber there is. It's one of the most powerful detoxifiers you can have on your table. This type of fiber dissolves in water to form a gel-like material which helps control blood sugar and reduces cholesterol. It can also be metabolized by the good bacteria in the gut. It acts as a prebiotic. Amazing! Up next, another morning staple that's healthier than people realize. Before that, a very important question. What about skipping breakfast altogether? It's not a secret that intermittent fasting has never been so popular, and it has many benefits for people wanting to lose weight. It can help with blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar levels, and more if done right. It's no wonder that many people swear by it. But guys, as I was saying, never turn your intermittent fasting into just skipping breakfast altogether. That doesn't work. It will only damage your kidneys, says science. A very large study conducted on 4,370 participants was actually able to prove a link between the number of breakfast participants had in a week and the incidence of chronic kidney disease. Now, to be more specific, people seldom having breakfast were significantly more at risk for CKD. Researchers motivated these findings by indicating several studies that already link low meal frequency and skipping breakfast with an increased risk of coronary heart disease, metabolic syndrome, and diabetes. So yeah, breakfast really is the most important meal of the day if you care about your kidneys. Now, as we can see from the study, researchers had no trouble finding a large amount of previously published papers linking skipping meals to diabetes and high blood pressure, the two main causes of CKD. Researchers also remarked that spending too much time in a fasted state and without drinking water is also a cause of kidney damage. And while intermittent fasting definitely works, it's not better than a diet with the same caloric restriction, but a normal amount of daily meals when it comes to losing weight. This is what a large review of studies focused on preventing diabetes found out. And since we are talking about weight loss diets, I also want to mention that patients with advanced kidney disease usually do better when they are able to keep their body weight. So, you may want to lose weight if you are in stage 3 and you have diabetes, for example, but you will be better following a normal caloric diet if you are in stage 4 or 5. This is why you always need to have a well-planned strategy when it comes to a diet for kidney disease. Up next, a breakfast staple that many people are still convinced they cannot eat. Number 2, avocado. Yes, this superfood is well deserving of a number 2 spot on today's top list. And the reason is their fat content. While most fruits mostly contain carbs, avocados are one of the few fruits richer in healthy fats. This makes them the best friends of your kidneys and of your heart, especially if you have diabetes. Avocados won't spike your blood sugar levels at all, making them great for people with diabetes. The healthy fats in avocados will actually protect you from a blood sugar spike because they will make you digest any carbs you had in the same meal slower. This is why I always suggest eating foods rich in carbs with foods rich in fats during a meal. Avocados in particular are rich in polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats, great to lower your blood cholesterol levels. And there are solid scientific studies to support this property. In a study on the cholesterol lowering properties of avocados, people on a moderate fat diet who ate an avocado every day had lower bad cholesterol levels than those on a similar diet without an avocado a day. Amazing! And there are also other reasons why the avocado is a real superfood. This is a vitamin powerhouse. The avocado is rich in vitamin C, E, K, and B6, as well as riboflavin, niacin, folate, pantothenic acid, and magnesium. And what about the potassium? Well, avocados are full of potassium, and this may be either good or bad for you depending on your levels. But keep in mind that kidney patients are not supposed to limit potassium by default today. If you want to learn more about this, my video up here is for you. But don't go away yet. It's time for our number one for today. This is a food that can seriously lower your creatinine levels. Number one is Brazil nuts. As I was saying, a breakfast must contain some healthy fats, and nuts are great when it comes to fats. But the reason why I always recommend consuming just one Brazil nut every day is another: selenium. Selenium is a mineral that's been used to fight kidney disease in medical literature. You see, a deficiency in this mineral, which is pretty common, is considered a cause of kidney damage. Even better, correcting this deficiency has been observed to boost kidney health. In this placebo-controlled trial, those supplementing selenium as well as CoQ10 for 48 months had a huge improvement in kidney function. We're talking about a 14 points improvement in GFR here. These patients were actually able to lower their creatinine by 15.5 millimole per liters or 16.8%. So yeah, consider adding Brazil nuts to your diet. You could also supplement selenium, but by eating 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day, you will get the same amount of selenium that people in this study got from supplements. But instead of adding more pills, you will be eating a super tasty snack, which is also rich in healthy fats, copper, zinc, and vitamin E. Amazing! And guys, if you want to see more superfoods, my video up here is for you, and this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.